The day the boogeyman finally lost his job. I've spent 10 years working the night shift, thinking I knew everything about the dark, but I didn't know anything until I met Leo. After my divorce, the house felt like a tomb, so I signed up to be a temporary foster for kids in emergency transitions. That's how 7-year-old Leo ended up on my doorstep, clutching a plastic grocery bag like it was made of gold. For the first 3 nights, I didn't see his eyes. He just stared at the floor, or the door, mostly the door. When I told him it was time for bed, he didn't move. He just asked, "Is the lock loud?" I didn't get it. I told him, "Buddy, it's a deadbolt, it's pretty quiet." He started shaking. Turns out, in his old life, a quiet door meant someone was sneaking in. A loud door meant you had time to hide. That hit me like a freight train. The next day, I went to the hardware store and bought the biggest, clunkiest, most obnoxious metal bell you've ever seen. I rigged it right to the front door. That night, I called him over. I said, "Leo, look." I swung the door open and clang. It sounded like a church bell in a library. He jumped, his eyes wide as saucers. I looked him dead in the face and said, "In this house, the boogeyman is bad at his job. If that door moves even an inch, the whole neighborhood's gonna know about it. You're the boss of the bell, Leo." He didn't say anything, he just reached out, touched the brass, and let out a breath he'd been holding for years. 3 hours later, I walked past his room. For the first time, the door wasn't cracked open so he could watch the hallway. It was shut. Tight. And through the wood, I heard the most beautiful sound in the world. He was snoring. He wasn't watching the door anymore, because he finally knew that nothing was coming through it without an invitation. Sometimes, being a hero doesn't take a cape, it just takes a $10 bell and a little bit of noise.